I'm so excited, yo. It's good to see everybody. And one thing that I'm going to tell you is that you are really brilliant. And I'm asking something. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and make sure that you ring the bell. But if you're regular, okay, welcome, because you're like my bodies. I want to say shout out to you, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's our afternoon show, Rumbi Uncensored. Super excited. Yo, you've seen the title. Mr. Mnangagwa and Constantino Chiwenga, the vice president, both of them, yeah, betrayed Zimbabweans. That's Dr. Simba Makoni right there. And then Douglas Mwonzora, please save your daughter Bertha. Bertha is in dire need of help. She's desperate. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Super excited. Good afternoon to everyone. It's a Friday. Happy Friday. Yay. I'm so excited. Tell me, guys, what are your plans for the weekend? Please drop your plans. And also don't forget to make sure that you like the live as we get along. And also make sure that you drop your location because today is Friday. I'm going to come back here in the evening show. It's going to be fun. But shout out to everyone and welcome to our channel, Rumbi Uncensored. So excited. Yes, I'm telling you here, we don't censor. Everything is uncensored. So it's going to be funny. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. All right. I'm going to start here kindly, I'm going to start here by the tweet from Ibo Mandaza. He said, it is merely coincidence that opposition figures are being arrested and charged variously across the country. What's going on? Back to the Future or the last days of Endgame? Hardly a reflection of someone who has won a game fairly. Correct. It's about principles. So we are sitting here now. Challenges, yao. Triple C, I'm sure members of parliament, we also have councillors are being arrested left, right, and center. Now, the question people are asking is that, hey, Mr. President, you won election a fair game, right? As you're claiming, what's your story? What's your story? It's good to see everybody. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Rumbi Uncensored. Please make sure that you like the live and also drop your location and make sure you engage. Let's have a conversation. And also, Solomoni, we said Zimbabwe is messed up. I can agree. I can concur. People will not stand on principles. Securing the bag is the number one priority. It's going to take ages to undo. Trust me. I am one of the person who also was betrayed the same way. People that were very close to me, but they dumped me. The regime. It's good to see you guys. They dumped me, but what can I say? It's interesting. Now we have Tawanda Muchehiwa. He said the recent arrest is this wave of political persecution stem from Triple C disruption of ZANU-PF's plans. ZANU-PF is expected opposition protests after rigging, but they didn't occur. Seeking legitimacy in courts, ZANU-PF was denied by Triple C. The regime is paranoid, strategic ambiguity. And this is what I'm saying. Shout out to Nelson Chamisa for the strategic ambiguity. Most people did criticize him, but trust me, I know exactly what he's doing. I know the game. You know, the easiest way to play chess is, or to play the game is not to say anything. But when I'm not saying anything, you're actually saying something, right? I've always said if a person does not say anything to me, they are communicating. And sometimes I respect them. What do? I slide. Praise God. So, you know, Nelson Chamisa is communicating and ZANU-PF is desperate to know what is the move of this man, but they can't find out. The dude is not saying anything. He's just quiet. Strategic ambiguity at work. And trust me, it works. It does. It does work. It does work. So ZANU-PF is paranoid. Is paranoid. ED and his people are paranoid. They're arresting people left, right, and center from the opposition party. And people are asking, what's wrong? You said you won elections free and fair. No, leave the country. Let's go. What's up? What's the deal? Let's move forward. What are you up to? Nothing except running left, right, and center, arresting people. Very sad indeed. So now I'm going to drop a video quickly. I want you guys to take a listen to what Simba Makoni said. Trust me, the challenges we have today are not new. They are not new. They've been there since the beginning of time. ZANU-PF have always been paranoid, and they're still paranoid. A lot of nonsense happened, and I want you guys to take a listen to what Dr. Simba Makoni said. But trust me, be gracious and drop your location. I want to know where you guys are watching us from this afternoon, and I want to send you some shout out at the end of the show. I'm super excited. Good to see you, everybody. Good to see you. Okay, so let's listen to what Dr. Simba Makoni is saying. Go ahead.
our people are the happiest Africans. It's only a few instigators who are being pushed by the OAU and by the non-aligned movement. Today, we say exactly the same. When our people say we are hungry, President, we are afraid, President, we are in fear, he says, no, it's not them. It's somebody else who is saying it through them. They are only his master's voice. It's sad. For a leadership.
And you say it breaks your heart.
It breaks my heart, Trevor, because, you know, the whole essence of the armed struggle was about being ourselves, believing in ourselves, doing for ourselves. And for people who have been through that to now turn around and say they don't believe Trevor Ncube can hold a view and a belief that's different from mine, except when it has been implanted in him by some outsider. It's tragic.
It is tragic. It is tragic. So, Simba, we just moved to the new dispensation. You have known President Emmerson Mnangagwa for a long time. Why have we gotten to where we are so quickly? There was a time, Simba, why I'm saying that, 2 years ago, when people thought things were going to change. I was one of those people. Did we misread Emmerson Mnangagwa, or this is the real Emmerson Mnangagwa?
First, let me say, if it's not impolite, what new dispensation? Mm-hmm. There is no new dispensation. Mm. Firstly, did we misread? Who we have is Emmerson Mnangagwa. Mm. I can't say I know him very well. We served together in cabinet at independence. We served together in the party at various times. But I would be dishonest if I say I know him as well and as closely as I knew other people, or even as I knew President Mugabe, for example, who I said I used to spend a lot of time talking to on a whole range of issues. I didn't have the same relation. We were cordial colleagues in a team. So I can't speak much about his personality, but the character he is displaying as President of Zimbabwe is as I know him.
So nothing surprises you?
Again, I don't want to sound like I said so.
Don't forget that the very same words were spoken by Mtambara, that they were very insecure then. And I remember I did a video. If you want to check on my YouTube channel, a video actually titled Plotters. It has got a thumbnail written Plotters. It was when I dug deeper about Mr. Chiwenga and then Mr. Mnangagwa, where they were plotting against getting rid of Mr. Mugabe. So this just to tell you the kind of person that he is and that he was then. So, but he's saying, I'm not surprised that he's behaving the way he does. It means that ED has always been that kind of person since the time they knew him.
The 18th of November took place. I didn't participate. I had a conversation with Morgan Tsvangirai, and I called Joyce Mujuru as well. And when the inauguration took place on November 24, again, I had a call with Morgan Tsvangirai, and I advised that he shouldn't participate in that because I didn't think that this was real change. Trevor, I say this with tongue in cheek because obviously time has passed. But when it happened, and I want to suggest to you, the viewers and listeners who have the opportunity, to go and read General Chiwenga's statement before Asante Sana. And also to read Sibusiso Moyo's statement announcing the president is safe. If you read anything in those statements that has anything to do with the condition of life of the people of Zimbabwe, If you see anything that doesn't have to do with power, the power contest between two groups within ZANU-PF, then I will come and make a public apology.
And you know what I've always been saying is that when you look at what's going down right now in Zimbabwe, it is very clear, it's a clear indication that since day one we were actually betrayed. And also the sad part is that the way people cheered on, I know we were dancing and singing, we celebrated. We thought finally we are free. Little did we know that this system is so deep. And you know, these people were very wise. The only time that we get to know what was going down in Zim, it was after the coup. Because that's when Jonathan Moyo began to literally unravel most of the nonsense that were going down behind doors. It is very sad to watch. And you know what? I remember this because not Gideon Gon was Mtambara when he said, when he was saying we should never confuse the bona fide opposition and only the people that is to have their own fights within the parameters of ZANU-PF. And I also remember this, and I quote, when Kasukere was talking, the time he was introducing his presidency, he said, I am after ED. Forget about everyone else, I'm after ED. And you have seen so many pictures circulating where ED was with the Kasukere and Jonathan Moyo. These people are very close, so it's still a battle within the parameters of ZANU-PF. It's a power game. But you know, the danger is it's a power game that is so costly to the people of Zimbabwe. But Kasukere says he's a changed man. He said his goal now is to make sure that at least unite the people. So they knew from the beginning that it was all about a power game. We played only the men of wisdom, Magaisa, may his soul rest in peace. He said, I don't trust the coups. But you know, these people were very wise. This is why I'm so broken, because I thought all the information we're hearing now we could have known before the coup. Zimbabwe has always been a country that was hiding truth from its own people. Only now because we have social media. Just imagine if we didn't have social media, we were going to know about FARS. We're going to know about most of the issues that were happening during the time of election. But because of social media and phones, thanks to the smartphone, to those men and women God gave wisdom, we were not going to know what was going down. And it's so heartbreaking because now we begin to understand how this country has been functioning, and it's too late. We are deep in the dark, deep in mud. They are also stuck. They've been taking stuff, they're looting now, they don't know how to live. We are also stuck with the problems from the very same people. It's sad. If they were honest enough to tell us what's going on, and I tell you this, I've always said it's so important for every parent, and most of you can attest to this. If you are a parent with your children, be a man who is open to your children. Tell them what you think, what you believe in, what you believe, what you stand for, so that your children have something to fall back on when they're stuck in life, because days will come when they're in quest of truth and no one else can divulge it to them. This is the danger that has been happening in Zimbabwe, where people are not willing to tell their own people truth. Imagine if we knew the truth, we're not going to celebrate this coup. We could have stayed immediately and said, no coup, let's go into election. Let's find the right leader. But we were deceived. We believed in our own people. We were betrayed. And today, what did they do? They slap us. They don't care. There's some people we believed in. We celebrated. We said, oh, finally now freedom is here. Today, here we are. Back to normal, back to the time of Smith. We and me are living in the time of Smith. There's no difference. We are suffering the same way our parents did in the struggle. Fighting with our own brothers to get peace. It is very painful. It is disappointing. It's excruciating. Very disappointing that our own fathers and our own mothers were not willing to tell us the truth about how this country is functioning. Even as we stand right now, we only pick 1, 2, 3, 4 things, but we are definitely clueless of where this country is going. A country that does not have a vision in a blueprint. You have muted constitution, nothing is working. We are stuck with confusion. And all we are saying is, please, 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 move. We need to pass. We can't carry on. Very heartbreaking. But keep listening to Dr. Simba Makoni.
Because those two are what signaled to me what really was at stake. It was a contest for power within ZANU-PF.
Has anything surprised you?
No, I'm afraid not.
Having been...
What has surprised me, let me not lie.
Sure.
Yes. What has surprised me, as we all can see, is how what you call the new dispensation to what extent they can go to secure their power. Mugabe didn't put soldiers on the streets.
Right.
At all. He didn't put soldiers with live automatic rifle ammunition among the people. This dispensation doesn't hesitate to do that at all. So that is different.
And to your point, which your point which I was going to miss, which is fundamentally important, is that this was not about the people.
Yeah.
This was about them securing power for themselves.
Exactly.
And what comes with that?
Everything that we are seeing. Concentration. Concentration of power, but also continued contestation. Because the wresting of power from the G40, as they put it, didn't secure power among themselves. Because the contest continues right now. Factions have not ended. But also, because power is a means to an end. What is the end? Accumulation.
6 kgs of gold.
Exactly.
Poverty mentality.
Exactly.
And do you know what? They can still succeed if they follow the right principles. They already have the exposure. They have what it takes. But because of poverty mentality is the mentality problem. They're stuck in ignorance. They assume that if they leave power, they're going to lose what they have, which means they don't believe in their potential. They don't believe in their purpose. What they don't realize is that they're all called for purpose. You and me, we are called for purpose. But when you don't know the power that you carry, you assume that bringing someone else down will make you stronger. You've seen people in workplaces, many of them. I've worked in a corporate space before. Yes, I did. Some people will stay for years in one company. And every time you get there, when there's any new person, they'll tell you, no, this company is very bad. The manager's not good, the supervisor's not great. You hear all manner of stories, but they've been there for 10 years. You ask your question, why are you still here if this manager is so bad? No. That's not the issue. Is they're insecure. So because of insecurity, they use lies as a weapon to undermine or to frustrate any new mushroom person. We were played. They don't believe in themselves. These people have always been secure since day one. You had Mutambara who worked hand in hand with them. The first time you went to see Mr. Mugabe for a meeting, and I quote, he said when he got by the entrance, that time Chiwenga was actually as an army, so they were protecting, they were guarding the president. He had to fight with Mr. Mnangagwa to get in. He pushed him so that he was able to meet Mr. Mugabe. And when he met Mugabe, Mugabe was like, hey, don't worry about those people. They are too zealous. And they're insecure that you may come here to take their position. And you know those kind of people, insecure people, they will do anything to remain in power. We can see from family level. They're very insecure siblings. They're very insecure family members. They will do anything to be closer to whosoever that may be a good person in the space. It boils down to us as humans. We are sitting with the people who cannot understand that we can all still succeed individually. All of us without the need of fighting, we can still succeed. It is very sad, but this is where we are now with Mr. Mnangagwa and his people. As we speak, you always hear that there's no peace up there. There's fight between that person and that person. They on their own, there are always battles within the parameters of the camp. Very sad indeed. Very sad. Guys, thank you so much for those that are just joining us. You're welcome. It's good to see you, everyone. And I'm asking you to like the live. Make sure that you join in the conversation. It's welcome to Ruby Uncensored. It's our afternoon show. We are looking at Mr. Mnangagwa and Chiwenga, who betrayed Zimbabwe during the coup, 2017 November, where we all jumped up and down and we were taking pictures with the soldiers. Betrayal. Betrayal. Douglas Mwonzora too, we're going to look into that story. You need to save his daughter. The daughter is now opting to be lesbian. We'll get into that very shortly. Very sad indeed. What can we say? God is so good. hang on there. God is with you. He's watching everything. We are almost at the finishing line. When we are busy opening all this stuff, we want you guys to learn. We want you to understand where we are coming from so that when we get there, you are well equipped. Even if when Chamisa gets into the space as a leader, we will not give any politicians power to manipulate us in our lifetime. Never again. That's why we need to equip each other with knowledge and understanding of where we are so that when we get there, we know how to be careful. We can manage situations. When we see someone is crossing the line, we go, hey, we've been there. We know how people work. We can't. So, Bertha Mwonzora, she tweeted, she said, I'm seriously considering becoming a lesbian. I cannot with the male species, I'm done. She's considering to be a lesbian because she's done with male species. Like, hold on. Yo, first of all, even if you go to the lesbian side, the homosexual species or whatever, there are also people that either cheats. There are people also who betrays. There are people also who are not mentally stable. In every form of relationship, you're always going to be head on with people who are just mentally unstable. But you can't change who you are because of someone else. But you know, this statement on this one, Mwonzora should be very careful. I'm a firm believer that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh, especially when you go to a place like Twitter. You know, the danger part is there's so many young kids who are suffering. We have internal problems. We may have psychological problems. And the parents need to be very careful. You need to watch out your children and check them what's going on. Why is she even thinking about considering being a lesbian? Some people can say it's a joke. I don't take it as a joke at all. I'm looking at someone who's crying for help. She says, I need help. But there's the thing that I'm going to tell you, my brothers and young kids, young brothers and sisters. When it comes to relationship, if you're single, yeah, you must know where you are when you're dating a person. Don't confuse dating and marriage. They're not the same. Dating and marriage are very different. Marriage is you've committed to spend the rest of your life with someone. It's a different life. Unfortunately, most women, you are rushing to give men all the benefits of marriage when they're just men who are walking in the streets. Or many too. Know your position. Play it safe so that you don't cry. You know, everyone that I date, most of the people that I date actually almost everyone that I dated, all right? I knew that I was dating the person. For me, it was simply collecting data, and thanks to the church and thanks to the leadership of the church and the family and people who raised me differently. You need to understand that dating is simply dating. Don't cross lines. But if you want to be a wife while you're dating, that's your problem. Then that's when you get heartbroken. And now you are choosing to be another gender because of confusion. You're thinking this man, no, it's not the man the problem, you're the problem. You are giving people too much of luxury that they don't deserve. They have to earn your heart. They have to work hard to make sure they get, if they're looking for a wife, listen here. Every man you see, oh, they came from a family. If he's genuinely looking for a wife, you do right. Yes, he came from a family, he knows what's right. Ask every man you see, oh, then ask him, what does he expect from his daughter? No, he wants the best for his daughter. Why can't you want the best for your parents? Because you were not raised properly. You go back to your parents, let them raise you properly. So it's not the men the problem, it's you were never raised properly. So moving right along, I think there's something going on in Zimbabwe. Yeah, something's going on. So Neighbor Masora says, tweeting, said, Matinyara is a bisexual and that Tagwire is political peril. Hold on. He used to be bad, that's deep, by respected top Harare businessman and several others who pretend to be straight. Kana aine naruto burisa jese ngati, All right, okay. Sorry, so someone say we must, okay, the reason why, let me tell you the reason why I talk about these stories. It's very important. There may be someone right here who needs help. So we need to give them the help that they need. So we need to cover and make sure that we cater for everyone. We can't leave other kids who need help and we must give them the help that they need. All right, so moving right along. Here we are. So Tim Pashedu tweeted, they say ZANU-PF thugs have ransacked the residence of a Triple C polling agent, Archibald Nyamudeza, at Udinge village in Nyanga rural district, Ward 14. His son Lawrence Nyamudeza, has been brutally assaulted by these thugs. The partisan police remain silent about this. So Mapurisa, what can we do with the police here? Can someone tell me what's going on with the police in Zimbabwe? Like, do we have police in Zimbabwe? What's happening with police in Zimbabwe? Because the last time I checked, the police should be there to cater for the people, for the people. They are saving the Zimbabwean people. But here we are, we have police that ignore the real criminals, and they are focusing on just simple, innocent people. Mr. Godwin Matanga, hey, that's his name, the police commissioner. What's going on? Now you went in there, why are you beating the kids for? You are beating innocent kids. You have ruined the life of the innocent son. I guess I'm not agreeing with what that man said when he was talking about Itai Dzamara. The guy that was talking about Itai Dzamara mentioned that some of the people you see in the police force are not actually police. They are well-trained terrorists, allegedly. Terrorists. Because I've never seen my police understand like this. Real police who went for a training to save the people, they behave the way that they do. Something must be wrong somewhere. But I've got this book here that I bought. I'm going to show you a book that I bought. It's called African Dawn. Zimbabwe, a country in turmoil, a family torn apart. An incredible book. I suggest that you buy it. But it also that you know that it has been phased out. It was written by Tony Parker. This is sad, man. A family torn apart. Like our children are being brutalized by the terrorism regime that should protect them. If you're so now, people don't even want to be in politics. Yeah, I can never be in politics when I have to expose my children to danger. I wouldn't even want my husband to be a politician if that's the case, until we remove the ZANU-PF, because I'm going to expose my children and myself to danger, even him to danger too. Police Zimbabwe, do the job and arrest these people. You are busy arresting Triple C, a deputy lawyer. They are being accused of so and so. Ocelos was also arrested. We had also Maureen was arrested. She was released eventually. We also have Mukwanans. You are looking for him. We also have another councillor arrested. We have other Triple C5 in Chirumas who are in custody. We have Job Scala in custody. Job and Garivuma in custody. We have so and so in custody. Yeah, what the hell is going on? Police Zimbabwe, do your job and arrest people. Mana energy mutori the fire guns. A Triple C supporters, right? Yes, they were never arrested. ZANU-PF supporters. I remember a guy that was circulating. You put his foot on top of the woman holding a gun. Picture circulated. He's still walking scot-free. We have that dude that murdered people recently, and he's walking scot-free. He's now has been sent to a psychiatric hospital because he's claiming that he's not mentally stable. But the dude is clean. He was in Dubai prior to his arrest, gallivanting with women. This is sad, man. Do the job and be respectful to our people. Police Zimbabwe, this is not a joke. It's enough now. It is enough. Do the job and do what's right. Right. Moving right along. Yeah, people just say ZANU-PF. Is this a cow to what? Very sad. Very sad. All right, let's listen to what Dr. Simba Makoni said again about the coutish of ZANU-PF.
Elections have not given us the democratic dispensation that we believed the armed struggle and the liberation struggle was bringing for us. Barely a decade into our independence, we were already at each other's throats. ZANU and ZAPU, ZANU and Zoom, ZANU and Forum, now ZANU and MDC. We've never had a normal political environment right from independence. So when you're searching for change, it's justified that when one route has failed, you must look for another route.
Right.
And because of that, I understand why there are calls for a transitional national authority, there are calls for a national convergence platform, there are calls even for a Sabbath from politics. Yeah. My take on this is, let's not really focus on, is it 7 years? But the concept is that let's take a break from toxic politics. Mm-hmm. Let's take a break from adversarial politics. Mm-hmm. Let's come together and say we have this one country, all of us.
Power off.
But you know what? This is quite very sad. Everyone is desiring one thing. No, the question I'm asking is, who are holding us at ransom? Because men of great minds I'm seeing, the business sector, some of the politicians, remember, Simba Makoni once also contested as a president. They all want a better Zimbabwe. The question I'm asking, who are the people that are holding us at ransom? Most of the people, even in ZANU-PF, are suffering as we speak. Most of these supporters are struggling. So who are these people that are keeping us at ransom? Who are the individuals that we cannot call to order? Who are they? Who are these people that we cannot call to order? That's the question I've always been asking. Who are they? Why can't we do the right thing? What is so difficult for us to fix Zimbabwe? What is difficult? Where do we start from? Where can we talk? Where can we sit down? What is so hard for us to sit around the table and have a conversation? Why is it difficult for us to be one people? I do not understand, because Mr. Mnangagwa cannot just work alone, guys. Somebody said Mr. Mnangagwa has been holding us down, but he can't do this alone. Surely, if you're saying the police, the army, but Mr. Army and Mr. Police, why are you all holding us at ransom? Murukude to pay to move it forward. Sure, to get a dollar the whole of Zimbabwe across the world. To badare to move it forward. There must be a way out. But the way out is there very soon. SADC is not playing. SADC is coming. It's not playing. And I know some people, I've seen people say, no, SADC is not going to help. No, the SADC you knew is not the SADC that is there now. There's a difference. Now many God-fearing men of God are there. There's a difference. When men and women of God are in place, you must know that solution is around the corner, because we don't play out. We don't play. We don't compromise. It's the truth or nothing. It's not negotiable. Notwithstanding, as long as there are rules, we're going to go according to the rules. It's the right thing or nothing. So good news from SADC is coming soon. John is asking, any good news from SADC? They're coming soon. Relax, John. Relax. The news are coming soon. Very good news. The new Zimbabwe is around the corner. What I'm just saying, it is really, really extremely, extremely, extremely sad. Extremely sad that we have our own brothers who definitely have turned their backs on us. And they're the only ones that should be seen doing things. And everyone else don't really matter. Very, extremely, extremely disappointed. But what can we say? Hold on, be patient, but joy cometh in the morning. The SADC is not quiet. There's a lot going on in the background. I know that we are desperate for divine intervention. We are desperate for answers. We want to hear from them, but relax. Answers are very close. And the fact that they are quiet, a lot is happening. You know, a lot is happening. So they're not just quiet. SADC is definitely working 100% to fix Zimbabwe for good, because people are tired. So relax. Joy cometh in the morning. It's coming soon. The Zimbabwe that you want. Only Zimbabweans can liberate themselves. Action needed. But you must remember, play it safe, sweetheart. You're dealing with blood mongers. So protect your children. Protect each and everyone. We need to care for each other here. There's no rush. We don't have to rush. We are worried about hating ourselves. So don't rush, guys. Please drop your location. I want to send you a shout out. I want to send you a shout out. So let's keep listening to what Dr. Simba Makoni says.
Build it.
But that threatens those who are in power.
Unfortunately,
and it
yes.
threatens those who think they will get into power, and there's not going to be purchase of that idea. Am I right?
At the surface, yes, Trevor, you're right. But there will come a time when those in power will realize that it's a mirage.
Right.
It's a figment. That they're in power because they can set soldiers on the people is not being in power. That you hold the chairmanship's office because you bought the voters who came to vote for the chairman is not being in the chair.
Right.
They must realize that sooner or later. So, yes, I think...
How much hope do you attach to that?
Trevor, for as long as I can still breathe and there's air in my lungs,
Right.
I live in hope and aspiration that we can make the change that we deserve.
Of course. So you and me, we can make the change that we deserve. It starts with you and me. We don't have to lose hope. We don't have to. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. I know sometimes it takes too long, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. And I can tell you, light at the end of the tunnel is very close. Do not worry, relax. Soon, we are going to be out of this situation. I know people can't wait to hear what Sadak says. Sadak has got good news for you guys. They have good news for you. It's you that matters this time, not ZANU-PF. It's you that matters this time. We cannot lose hope. No, losing hope is not an option. We cannot lose hope. It's definitely not an option. But you know what? Very important, because you know the issue of nepotism for Mr. Mnangagwa has always been an issue. But today, actually, I came across. I've been looking for this video. I don't know if you guys watched it some time ago. I watched it a long time ago, but I was looking for it. Actually, talking about Mr. Mnangagwa's son, the one that has been appointed as a deputy minister. This guy's got such a dark history, y'all. Very dark history. And I remember when there was a meeting and people were trying to unravel what was going on at the Reserve Bank. So I managed to get this video, and I want you guys to take a listen about this Mnangagwa. He's actually not a clean dude. A lot is going on with this man. And Yao is the same person that can be trusted to be next, closer to the state coffers. Yao, I can't believe you have to be next to the state money. Yeah.
Abvunza ndinofunga chinhu chakaipa kutitisa vamwe vabvunza zvavo vamutsvango kuti ko iyo mari inombowanikwa mumasiriti vanayo imomo vanoiwana kupi ndivanani vaitiza asi ndichaansa nepandinogona nyaya yekuti hakuna mari kumabhanga yakaunzwa nembavha mbiri Chinamasa namangutya ndo vakandopwanya mabhengi kumabhengi kune inonzi manostro accounts emabhengi ndo vakandopwanya iwani vapwanya mabhengi roga chaiwo vapwanya vavarekanyayo yose ndokusiya mabhengi edu asingachashandi mukaenda kuna 40th Street une US dollars unondowana mabond kana kupiwa evanoti transfer matransfer acho mukanyanyo kubvunza munotowana pane vamwe vanokudza hatisati tapiwa nhasi makuseni vanopiwa nani vanopiwa kureserve bank kureserve bank kune kambani yemwana wava Mnangagwa inonzi Spartan Investment ndiyo mabhangi ndiyo nomhanisa mabhengi inopiwa mabalance ayaya RTGS kana vachina vanoiziva kambani iyoyo commission nekumapurisa mwana wakabatwa navamnangagwa votiza vachienda waiva mwana wavo anonzi Kairai David Mnangagwa chief secretary weSpartan Investment.
So David Mnangagwa, who is being accused of ruining the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe with Mr. Shinamasa, is the same guy that is now being trusted as the deputy minister of a nation. With such a corrupt resume. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, now we have got all the answers. Yeah, I just think that these people are like, they behave like gangsters. You know my gangsters, you cannot terrorize on the street. You know my gangsters, I not to hit people. Can I just ask you a question? What is the difference between the behavior, even when PF, nema gangsters? Or my kingpins, my crime kingpins, they're into drugs, they are into killings, and all for just collecting stuff. Some of them they don't even use. It's a demonic spirit. It's a spirit. What is the difference? They also abduct and torture and inject people poisons and even kill. They do that in that space. Jonathan confirmed. They also if you wanna talk too much about this, you are eliminated fast. You can disappear just like that. They loot when they feel like they do as they please. The actions that they did right now, even with this formation of cabinet, it shows that they don't care about what people think. They care less. What are you going to talk about? We do as we please. They do what they want. They do what they want. You can't do anything. You speak like the way that he did. I'm sure he was silenced. They said, hey. But you know what is so sad? When I look at Mr. Shinamasa, he doesn't look like the money that they're talking about. These people are miserable. I will repeat what I said. I'm expecting them to come to parliament looking all poshy, classy, parking nice cars coming. No, they can't even enjoy the money. The money is stuffed in foreign lands. As a matter of fact, there's some people they are claiming to be puppets. The people that they are saying they're colonizers are staying in those houses. Where's people? And the ones that are renting those houses on holiday, kissing and hugging, enjoying with their boyfriends and their husbands while they are suffering in Zimbabwe. There's some people who are claiming that you are a puppet of the West. Lack of wisdom, poverty mentality, foolishness. Money should make you happy, but you can't save money. Money should save you. But for these people, they don't enjoy the money. All they do is just looting, starving in the foreign lands. For their children that will die taking cocaine because now they don't know the meaning of life. They've got all the money, the house, the cars, but now they ask questions. What is the meaning of life? Zero. Before you know it, they indulge in drug addiction because they don't know what else to do with the things that you have been looting. And remember, the stuff that you're looting, they are attached to a curse. It will destroy generations after you. Lack of wisdom. Where is the church? Where is the church? Makantiwa, Mr. Makantiwa, Magai, Magaisa, what Magaya? Okay, Magaya, Mr. Makantiwa, some pastors in Guti too, who died recently, Mr. Guti. You, may he so rest in peace. You people were very close to Mr. Mnangagwa and the whole ZANU-PF. You're supposed to talk some sense in their head and tell them the danger of the actions, that it will come with a cost. Why can't you tell them the truth? If you claim truth is on your side, that, hey, be very careful, there's danger coming. Your children are going to suffer because of what you're doing right now. You're sowing evil seeds. They are attached to a cost, heavy cost, when you're treating people like they're not human. Where is the church? I'm very disappointed with the church. Now I want you to take a listen to what Mr. Mchangwa said. There's no meeting with these people. Mnangagwa has got such a terrible attitude. You know, there's nothing that's going to go on here. He's ruthless, he's disrespectful, he's very rude. He's an angry man, Mnangagwa. Nope. He's an angry man. That man just needs help. May God free Mr. Mnangagwa from being so mean and nasty. He screams and shouts all the time. He's very rough. He's rude. He is almost everything. He's vile. And I know why. That's what happens when you are living a life of evil. You will never have peace. Day in, day out, you're always going to be miserable. Now we have Mr. Ncube. You know, Ncube can never stop lying. This man is a flipping liar. Even after failing in this 5 years, Mr. Ncube is claiming that no, our currency is stable. Zim dollar is stable. Things are booming in Zimbabwe. Life is happening for us. And don't worry, we are on the right direction. Zimbabwe is a great country. That's what he's telling people as we speak. You know, he's back as the Minister of Finance. Take a listen to what he had to say.
This of a parallel market in Zimbabwe is baffling, but maybe one could understand, but still truly baffling. Our fundamentals are strong. We have a current account surplus. We've had that for the last 5 years. I don't remember that happening in Zimbabwe since 1980, and most countries will kill for that. Right now, we're on a strong growth trajectory. We grew at 8.5% in 2021, 6.5% in 2022, and again we're due to see growth in GDP close to 6% in 2023. And the story continues. We've seen a balanced budget. When other countries have been reeling in deficits, we've seen a balanced budget in Zimbabwe. Since basically 2019, the last 5 years, that's what we've done. We've seen tight monetary policy, positive real interest rates for the central bank. So all the fundamentals are in place for making sure that our currency is stable, it is strong. We're dealing with liquidity as we should. Central bank is dealing with that using non-negotiable certificates of deposits with the right tenure to lock away liquidity from those who wish to use it in the power market. So every piece of policy that's necessary for a stable currency has been put in place, has been instituted. It is baffling that there is still a parallel market, and they still talk of a parallel market. It shouldn't even exist. We're doing so well.
Okay, Mr. Ncube, he said we are doing extremely well. Extremely well. I'm so sorry. Okay, Holy Ghost. All right, so I can't believe what I'm hearing. He said that was stable, currency is stable, and other countries will die to have the economy like Zimbabwe. All right, so oh God, help me. I'm so sorry. I can't. I just can't. No, I can't. I just can't stand. I can't stand the lies. I can't. Wow. Wow. Other countries would die to have an economy like Zimbabwe's economy. Oh, Holy Ghost. All right, so I'm actually crying. Please forgive me. All right, so Mr. Ncube, I'm so sorry. You let me close this thing up. All right, so that's the Mr. Finance, Mr. Ncube. Again, lies after lies after lies. Y'all drop your location. Let me send you a shout out because I'm going to sign out soon. Drop your location. I want to tell you how much I love you and appreciate you for coming through. Y'all, please forgive me. I'm crying literally. Yeah, but may God bless him. Yeah, may God bless him. He's trying hard. What do you want him to say? You want him to say things that are not working? He's the Minister of Finance. Don't forget that. Ah, boy. All right, God is so good. God is so good. So yeah. Drop your location, guys. Let me send you some shout out because Zimbabwe, 1 minute you're angry, 1 minute all you do is just laugh. There's nothing more you can do, guys. Drop your location. Hello, Komali. Welcome. You're from Kappa. What's up? How is Cape Town? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, guys. Good to see you. So I'm drinking iced tea. It's Friday. I'm drinking iced tea. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't drink alcohol right here, so it's either coffee, lemon, or water. What's up? Nice. Good to see you guys. And it's so good. I hang out with you so deeply. I'm super thrilled. Guys, I'll see you later around 9 p.m. I'll be back. Let's show it's gonna be fun. Come over. By the way, I told you that to bring your questions today. I'm gonna be answering some of your hot questions. Please, any question that you want to ask me, I'll be answering you today. Definitely I'll be here at exactly 9 p.m. tonight. It's gonna be fun. Come around, let's have some fun, guys. It's good to see everybody, and I want to tell you I love you so much. May God bless you. May God bless Zimbabwe. And trust me, you guys are beautiful. You're amazing. Please share some love where you are. Kiss your families, your husband, your wife. Today may be the last day that you see them. Be very careful. Be mindful of time. Tell your family members, call them, tell them you love them. Even if you're angry, some of them you need to call and say, I love you. You know what I mean? I care for you. May God bless you, and may God bless Zimbabwe. Fernachang is here. We have Cambridge here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you guys for coming through. Yeah, I'm crying, actually laughing, but I'm so glad that I ended this show on a very lighter note, and it's actually a blessing. Thank you guys. I love you so much. May God bless you, and may God bless Zimbabwe. Bye for now, and happy Friday to everyone. Prepare for the best night tonight. Bless you.